you know?
Line him up for a clash, and that's why he's 350 stars, as we know in his explanation and his introduction. 13-2 entry, 17,000 on towards the Mayin. He definitely was the star of the show here, coming in from A-star.
Oh, yes, he is the A-star on A-star, right? Like, he's definitely going to be the shiner there, definitely the MVP this time around. But to be honest, Abdo played the Flowborn tank very well as also. Like, he was there for the crucial engages, sorry. Zugzwang, however, was getting caught out very frequently. Not much zoning from his Destined counter as well. Obviously gave over a little bit of healing, but just look at that, man. Jingtian, Vio, and Mirage all over 100k. But then respectively, on the side of CMF, man, yeah, man, they were all over 100k boss like an owner.
My goodness, yeah, Tamid, even on that Moza roll, he has like 125k damage as well. So you can go to show this entire game, it was really just one word: brawl.
Yeah, brawl, damage, bloodbath. There's like so many different ways you can put this game number one between CMF and A-star, but A-star overall did take that one. And obviously you can see here by the graph that it was pretty much just flirting with both of the teams. They just didn't know who to give it over to, right? It just all came down to that remaining team fight behind the pit of the Tempest Dragon. Neither team ended up taking the Tempest Dragon, but still they were able to take the fight to the side of CMF.
It was really thanks to the fact that Jingtian on the Mayin fixed up the Clash Lane wave and then immediately moved towards that bot lane flank that really caught the entire members of CMF off guard, because if the Guan Yu didn't protect that wave, that could have been a backdoor end by the minions itself.
Oh, absolutely. Could have been a backdoor completely, right? Especially that Vanguard top side of the map as well, like we saw there. But I feel like if A-star didn't do that, he'd be like, what are we doing here, lads? What are we doing here? But no, it's going to be the MVP. It's definitely going to be Jingtian here on the Mayin, going that 13 to 3 KDA. Right. A lot of damage, man. Like, I didn't realize that Mayin could have this damage potential, right? Because most times at a time, we don't really see a lot of Mayin MVPs, right?
We don't really see a lot of Mayin MVPs, especially not in the KME. We're in this very jungle dominant centric, but him showing up onto this Mayin definitely gave a lot of damage potential, and he showed up it with class. And that, my guys and ladies and gentlemen, he deserves the MVP with no contention.
No contention at all, and obviously we're going to see here in the highlight that this is how they were able to get the victory here for the start of A-stars.
Yep, you can see like in the early brawls, it was CMF finding all these crucial pickoffs, and it was always in favor of CMF. The goal lead was about like a 3,000 to 4,000 shift in towards the mid game, but you can see that Wei was always finding these crucial backline flanks for his team, so it was still in favor of CMF in this case.
Favor of CMF in this case, indeed, right? Like, obviously, they were able to take the brawls to the side of A-star. They definitely had a lot of fun within this game, especially Ashir and Anthem. They really popped off with this one.
It really popped up, but it was just the finishing moment that really didn't came into place for both of these two players, right? It was just Jingtian going into the backline, going in with those 2-2 or 1-2 combos, really finding those markers that they really need. Like in this case, kicking Ashur, dropping to mid, and then CC chaining Anthem to, you know, eventually he did walk away, but it was not enough to really survive in these team fights.
Not enough, and neither was the takedown of the Overlord, right? Obviously, we saw that this Overlord takedown was really the transition into that top side of the map that was able to get them that higher grade turret into the Clash lane as well. But it was all around here. This is where it all popped off, right? Look at Jingtian, man. His placement straight on top of the of Anthem. I mean, that one hit alone confused Anthem enough that he fired the Splendid Revolver in the wrong direction.
That is the power of the Mayin, right? When she's left untouched, she's going for the full damage build with the Pure Sky. She has a lot of mobility to really go and gap close into you. Even if you can purify the CC chain, you're not going to be purifying the full damage output.
No, unfortunately not, but I mean, that's definitely going to be the game changer here for them. But game number 2 going soon, guys. We're going to be going for a short break, so don't go anywhere. See you in a moment.
Time you tryna push me down. Look at me, I'll be lying down. When I run around, you know, make a sign, I will catch you. Watch out, it's better feel, kind of mercy. Look at me, I'll be rising. Carry the season, mountain we go. It ain't a river turning back. Storm is coming, tired of your call. It's my kingdom, fire blowing up. We the kings, it's our honor, showtime. We barely five as one, crashing pieces you can cheat. First blood, double trouble, then I take a pen, I kill. All you do is sweat and look at me still victory. Say. I figured my soul down. Follow my pace. We the champions, screaming, I'm invincible. Just let them know I can show you all the glory I own. Through the jungle, find a way to the pad, it's how we did. Go, live and rock and we go. We the kings, it's our honor, showtime.
I said I'm born of this, I'm born this way, ayy. This is my chase and my bonus play. Can't be late, won't hesitate. What do you say? Race to find my face, scars to find my skin. I can't convince them, can't please them unless that I'm the one.
That was a bloodbath of a game one between A-Star and CMF Esports. My name is Song, and alongside me is Blam Moba here. Blam, that game one, my goodness, how did you feel after watching that?
I mean, it was definitely kind of like like you said, a bloodbath. There was a lot of fighting. It wasn't quite what we were used to seeing, right? Like, it's like, hey, we're waiting for some macro. Why is everything always just fight? Just give us some macro over, please. Just give me, like, some macaroni and cheese. We need something to eat here. But no, it was just eating constant kills after fight. And honestly, it was a difference. It was a difference, right? It was a well-refreshed need for us on the broadcast desk.
It was very different compared to the usual games that we viewed through the Genji, Nongshim, or even Crazy Raccoons. It felt like two Crazy Raccoons were going at it because you had two Kongs just fighting control for the map. But for CMF and A-Star, this is game number 2 with A-Star going on towards the blue side and also CMF defaulting towards the red side here. I am interested to see where is Jingtian going in this game too.
Hey, you never know. He might go down to the support role next. You never know. He might be he might be going for Clue's record on how many kills a support role can get. But I feel like we're going to see a ban onto obviously the likes of the Yuan here for the side of A-Star, right? Like, just go for something that's going to be sort of not be able to catch them off. They're going to go for the Ali as well. Obviously, they played it in game number 1. Onto the side of CMF to look at the ban out the Mai Shiranui.
It's interesting here because Jingtian so far, he's showing off one thing whereby, okay, I love to play these heavy mechanical heroes. So maybe CMF is like, okay, I'm banning the Mai Shiranui, not from VO, but from Jingtian, potentially swapping to that mid lane role. That's just an assumption, you know?
You never know, right? You don't know where this guy's going to go, but hopefully he goes back to the jungle, right? Obviously, we'd love to see the little flirt between Abdo and Jingtian in terms of their role swap, but I want to go back to basics. I want to see A-Star come through really quick, really aggressive here. But the fact that they got smiles on their faces, I don't think I'm going to see it, you know?
Well, it is the Pei, and Pei does sound like something Jingtian will love to pilot in towards that jungle here. So maybe, like you mentioned, after the game 1, Jingtian is like, okay guys, all jokes aside, I love my Mayin, I love what I've played so far, but let's get back to business because we still need to get wins on the board here. And talking about wins, CMF here, drafting the Luna 4-way in that jungle.
Even here, I must
Oh,
remain true to who I
wait,
am.
and the Luna and then Dharma for Psychonona. That's going to be crazy, man. That's a lot of team fight setup here for the side of CMF so far, but it looks like they're going to go for the counter here, potentially into the top side of the map with this Charlotte going against the Dharma here.
Charlotte against the Dharma does allow you to have that strong mid game, especially for that Charlotte, because when we talk about Charlotte, we always think about one thing: mid game 1v1s and also finding those key flanks on this pick here. So I'm interested in seeing Abdo, one of the clashes that we prize so much in this KME. I want to see how he performs on this pick.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely see how he performs on this pick. I feel like maybe it's one of the first times we've seen him actually pick the Charlotte, right? Like, we actually haven't seen much Charlotte into the KME, right? Like, it's always kind of like your Byrons, your Party, your Mayins, your Guan Yus as well. It's kind of taken the place of the Charlotte ever since the rework. But now we're going to get the D-Ranger here, obviously trying to get the cleanse off of Wei's, Luna's marks as well, which is going to really kind of upset the flow on the side of CMF. But we'll have to wait and see what they go for here in the second ban phase, right? Obviously, with both of these teams don't have their mage into the mid lane. So betting at the Liang here, they don't want to give that over to the side of CMF or vice versa, because obviously, if A-Star get it, it's going to be hard for Luna to really kind of commit that one.
Yeah, if A-Star gets it, it's difficult for the Luna. If CMF gets it, it's difficult for the Pei, right? So it's a bit of a 1 + 1 = 3 combination. So banning out all these roamers and mid lanes is the goal coming in for the second ban draft, especially for the side of CMF. They need something to allow this Luna to get going, and it will be the Gan and Mo being locked in for the side of Ashir.
Ooh, very nice here. I mean, it could all be set up here by the Dharma, right? Like, if he's able to get a massive kind of truth mantra, and then we just have the freshly forward couple blades come through, especially with the positioning we saw earlier with our last series, right? Especially for Cliche on Crazy Raccoon. His positioning on the Ganamo needs to be studied and perfected because it was so good.
And this Zilia, right, is something that we really saw with the side of A-Star Esports. This is the pick that really allowed them to win against, I believe, Nongshim, if I'm not mistaken, back in, or was it Genji? I think it was Genji, right, in these ranking weeks, whereby they brought out the Zilia and really countered all these beefy front lines that they wanted to draft and allowed them to scale towards that late game to break through that late game power point.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense with the Pei as well, right? Like, obviously, normally when the Pei falls off towards that kind of like mid-game, it kind of gives him a new kind of like lick of paint per se, you know? Like, giving over that sanctification means that he's going to be able to kind of like aggress that level further and further and get a bit of a more of a stat boost into that late game. So, really here, in terms of sustainability, obviously CMF have a little bit more chance of sustainability thanks to the Diadia, but overall, it's like, A-Star, look, like, as soon as they get a switch up here, oh, okay, so we're going to get Abdo onto the Pei again, and Jingtian's going to be top side of the map. Okay.
Jingtian is just having a field day as of this point. He's like, man, alright, give me a 1 day annual leave on that jungle. I'm just going to have some fun in towards that clash lane. If we win, we win. If we lose, I'll swap back, okay? You know, it's one of those moments with your older brother or like your younger brother, but okay, after you die, I swap back, okay? I swap back after this, you know? It's one of those moments.
Yeah, no, it's just like, you know what? I think you are right there, Sagi. He's like, I'm going to go Clash Lane until we lose. I'm going to go Clash Lane until we lose. So let's see what he can do, right? Obviously, there we go. Abdo onto the Pei. I mean, maybe Abdo is going to be like a monster of a Pei that we don't even know about. But back to the point of the sanctification, it's definitely going to go onto the Pei here, right? Like, definitely give that over. Open up unlock a untapped potential on this pick that definitely falls off towards that mid to late game.
Who knows? If it's Jinx and A-Star, maybe it lands on Charlotte. We never know until the level 50 mark hit for the Zilia. Although, ladies and gentlemen, do hit that DD key into the community tab, then redeem some in-game rewards, and who knows, you might get a free skin.
You might even get a free skin. Exactly. Who doesn't love some freebies here on the Gorge as well? Like, but if you're a new player, more specifically, right, I mean, everything boxes, they hold so much more, right? Like, it's going to be heroes, skins, there's on my second account. I don't think I've bought a single skin on my second account, but I've got so many skins from those everything boxes, so make sure you punch it in that code, ladies and gentlemen, those watching at home. But it's gonna be really interesting to see how JingTien plays this Charlotte, right? Like, obviously we've seen him already play the Mayin, but now the Charlotte is gonna be that late game assurance here for the side of A-Star, already kind of going and attacking these boards, contesting away. Points of concession here onto the side of CMF.
And if you're away, you're gonna be quite furious because you clear your blue side, you walk towards your red side, there's nothing for you to farm here. That is a jungler's nightmare here, and he is now forced to cruise around the map to find whatever jungle camps that's left for him to hit that level 4, because we know Luna desperately needs that level 4 map. If not, she cannot do anything on the map.
Yeah, go for the Oliver Twist approach here, by the way, on the side of A-Star, just making sure that the enemy jungle is begging for more. Please, sir, have you got some farm for me, sir? That's what CMF Way is asking right now.
Yeah, any form of donation towards Wei is much required, as we see Ashir already being forced away. Flash, and will he get caught in this exchange?
Flash used guard her grave as well, just to keep away the side of A-Star, but gotta be careful here. Obviously, Psychonoda waiting in this brush.
He does get spotted out here, as Psychonoia does get forced away by the Universal Law that's being dropped by VO here. Gotta say, VO so far, his positioning on the Zia is pretty decent.
Yeah, pretty decent. I mean, he hasn't been caught out yet by the likes of Wei onto the Luna yet, so that's going to be always a good note in my books for somebody who can be a mid lane and not get picked up by the enemy Luna. But once again, A-Star Abdos is like, hey, I've got the intel on your timers of your Crimson Golem, so I'm best believe I'm going to be in your jungle. Oh, the freshly forged blades didn't actually hit anybody on the side of A-Star.
The only fortunate thing that we can talk about is that minimally, it's not a Azure Golem that Luna really relies on, so that is still a good news. But it's kind of a feels bad moment where you're still losing out so many of these buffs because your team is like slightly slow on those rotations.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Slightly slow on the rotations. Not actually capitalizing on first blood yet on either of these two teams. I mean, right now, A-Star are definitely kind of propelling towards the gold lead here with around about 600 gold lead, which could have changed at the change of a hand, right? But, oof, Ashir taking so much damage from those hits.
Yeah, very rare to see VO actually being able to outrage a gun in Mo. One of the longest range mage in towards the mid lane here, so good spell play so far coming in from VO. First year, potentially needing to improve a bit on those side steps, as we see bot lane though, we see Tamir and Mirage might have to back off as he Zugzwang going in for the flash cannon blast.
I know, right? Like, very overly committed that flash cannon blast, not even knowing that they're going to go that far or even, like, disengage that far to safety. But, hey, you've got to take those shots, man. If you don't take it, you're going to miss it.
You're gonna miss it, just like how this jungle is just a picnic that's coming in for the side of Abdo here. We need more men coming on CMF to really defend this Luna's red buff here, because the next time, if they take this away from her, she's gonna be falling super hard in terms of the gold grab.
And they're going to go for it again, right? Obviously, we see her in the mid lane. She has to choose between that or the Azure Golem. And it looks like they're going to go and take out this one as well. So nicely done there by A-Star, claiming that third Crimson Golem away from the side of CNF. A bit of a slow starter here for the side of Wei. Right now, they're trying to get the marks up onto the enemy team. Trying to get the... There we go. There's a bit of well. The Destiny counter actually hits nobody there, unfortunately. Actually, no, it hits the... hit Abdo.
Ooh, 3-man cannon blast here being returned coming in from Zugzwang. Both these roamers, they are not happy when they're seeing each other. They are definitely coming in for beat, and they are landing some very key spells, especially Zugzwang. Cannon blast after cannon blast. Is this the third one that he's looking at? Or no, he does not find it.
Doesn't find it, but I mean, he's just there to kind of put the pressure on, right? Just kind of keep them away from that T1. Oh, I mean, to be honest, all he takes is just one more hit, but then at the same time, VO in the positioning that we really gave him props for, just get taken out there. But now the cannon blast gets onto 2. That's some low health onto both Anthem and Ashir, man. They got to be careful.
They indeed have to be careful here. Zugzwang is relentless with these cannon blasts. He's just hunting for them at this point.
Hunting for them, just basically pushing them away from that T1 in the bot side, right? Like, that's all they were really hoping for, was there at the bot side. Mirage was given the time just to get that T1, but JingTien misses that degradation there for his ultimate. But still, keeping Wei into this lane and keeping him not dead is going to be the key here for CMF.
And so far, Abdo is having a pretty good performance on towards this pay. His tempo, his mobility, so far has been pretty on point, as we would say.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Pei is His performance is obviously macro, his aggression into the enemy jungle. Definitely what we normally would see from one of these junglers in the KME, right? Like, he's definitely playing the pace to a T.
To a T indeed, and he gets the blue buff and he bails out from this ultimate technique in for.
Oh, the damage over time. Oh, but the Heart Link saves him for the side of CMF, but now going in with a backline is Jing Tian getting the pickup on the Tarmid.
Oh, Wei, it's so stressful for Wei. He's not getting any little buffs here. As you see, the rotations is still coming in without the jungler here. They are not giving Wei a break in the jungle.
I mean, there they are, right? Because obviously pays off the board here, so Abdo's still not able to put the pressure on. Now he's back. Oh, he got the Crimson, so he still hasn't not got a single Crimson Golem yet on the side of CMF Wei. He's like, you know what? I'm taking your Azure Golem for that. That was just complete violation, but now he may get caught out here. The big inside the box keeps him straight, but they still get the Azure Golem going up to the side of A-Star as well.
It keeps him straight, but his brain is not in a proper state because that's the 4th or 5th Crimson Golem going in favor of A-Star. If you're a jungle player, you will know how painful that is.
Oh, very painful, especially on something like the Lunar as well, right? It's like we were saying earlier, it's not the most kind of like detrimental like buff that we can take away from the Lunar. Obviously, the Azure Golem could be more, but still, taking away that extra damage is still going to definitely put a blunder onto the side of Wei here, but that Psychonauta is not going to be able to get the takedown there, and those couple blades aren't going to do enough damage at this moment in time for Ashir to keep their teammates alive.
And losing out a key member here just when the Azure Golem is about to spawn here, not a good news coming from CMF Esports, as once again Wei has to fight for this buff. It goes over to the hands of Abdo once again.
I think Wei gets that one this time, unfortunately. So, fortunately for the side of CMF, but unfortunately for the side of A-Star, they don't quite get that Azure Golem. But now, we're just seeing the break apart of the side of CMF space, right? Obviously, T1's in the mid lane being taken out. The T2s both went to the side lanes. Basically, side lane pressure is completely, like, non-existent for the side of CMF, unfortunately, here. They need to make some big plays if they want to keep in this game. Oh, nice kind of blast there. He's going to eject the Chano from the Gorge at this moment in time. And oh, the Troop Marcher didn't quite hit the troop needed. And there it is. It's going to be Jing Tian onto the back line. Takedown onto Psychonauta once again.
Very good respawn splashes coming in from Zugzwang and Mirage, dodging out Psychonauta's Flash Truth. If they were to cut in towards that, that could have been a huge return play coming in for a side of CMF. But this time they do secure the Crimson Golem, although it does not go into the hands of Wei at least. The goal is funneled towards Ashir as we check out the replay. We see Wei going in for big poke on against Leo. Leo forces flash as the leader stance is forced away. Unfortunately, at the time he does flash into the graceful touch of that big inside the box as we go back to live. Abdo does get taken down.
Oh, Abdo gets taken down, but that thing inside the box is going to be super impressive here onto the side of A-Star. But Wei actually finally getting the pick up there onto Abdo. Ooh, gotta be careful, dodge that one. The front side of Suya and the Universal Flow as well. That's gonna do a lot of damage. Jing Tian into the back line, gets pushed away by Garter Grave again, but that's nicely done there. Oh, it's not gonna keep him away though. He has the eyes on the prize and claim the kill once again. Universal Law just tapping the side of CMF for now.
Definitely a feels good moment coming in for A-Star Esports, even though they drop Abdo.
Allowing is going on to Jing Tian.
Exactly the case here, Flav. We called it since the start here. They definitely want Jing Tian to be having a blast of the game on this Charlotte here. And so far, look at him. He's going for the aggressive play.
Going for the aggressive play onto Tarmid as well. Just keeping it away from that T2 in the mid lane, right? Keeping the minion waves pushed to that T3 crystal territory here, meaning that it's able to get that claim into the mid lane.
Pressure is already increased for the side of CMF Esports because that is all the tier 2s being down for the side of their base here. If this were to continue after the Shadow Tyrant take, things could look pretty ugly coming in for CMF team.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if they are able to get this double objective, which it looks like they're going to go and try and do here, you can see Abdo's down to the bot side, whilst you see that both Mirage and Zugzwang, as well as Jing Tian, the top side of the map here, not only just obviously starving away that Crimson Golem and starving away from any kind of jungle, but In other news here, Wei might try and get the pay, but he's not going to be able to get the takedown of the Tyrant there. So still going for those double neutral objectives. A Shadow Tyrant, Shadow Overlord going down here. Jinx going in for Anthem, but gets stopped here by Tarmin. Is going to keep him there, locked in his place. But speaking of locking people in place, the board is coming through. And Think inside the box keeps Psychonona in the coffin. And there is a takedown of the Tarmin as they push the high ground turret.
They can potentially go for the end here because this is a 2v4 in favor for the side of A-Star Esports. And look at those tokens hitting on towards Wei. Wei is going extremely low. And wow, perfect 100% team fight tank here coming in for Jingtian. He was up there soaking all of the damage coming from CMF.
Oh, so much damage coming from CMF there, right? Like, Jingtian, he's got the Eye of the Phoenix as well now, so obviously the HP regen, but it gets from this kit of the Charlotte is just going to be even more greater here into these team fights. So the anti-heal needs to do some kind of job here, but Psychonona gets caught out early part of this team fight, looking to do that last bit of damage, but the Crystal is just waiting for that Vanguard to come through. They're able to wipe it off on the side of CMF, but now the Shadow Vanguard is here, and A-Star with the second win on the board.
I gotta say, from start to finish, they came in with a plan, and that plan worked splendidly in really limiting Wei in that jungle approach. Removing red buff after red buff after red buff. In the end, it really made sure that Wei did not have a comfortable game on this Luna.
Not comfortable game at all, right? Like, honestly, taking away that Crimson Golem all the time, like we're saying in the game, though, there is the Azure Golem, which would have been a lot more of a detriment to the side of CMF, but they just didn't want to kind of like force any team fights, force any unnecessary deaths onto the side of A-Star, so they just kept taking the easy route, right? Keep going top side of the map, keep wiping out all the creeps up top there, taking away those resources, and you start to see that Jingtian as well as Abdo on the pay were just kind of fed too far to the point where the damage was just too much for the side of CMF.